wait to go to World of Wheels Indianapolis. Big car show. What do you think, babe?
Cars, yay.
We got up pretty early, but we're planning on being there right as the gates open, so it's gonna be fun time. It's a beautiful landscape. Look at it. Gotta love Indiana.
Look at that, guys. 600 horsepower. That is awesome. Appreciate that. But this thing's amazing.
So we made all the wood, the hood, all. The only thing I didn't make was the front spool, and by the time I got it all cut down, there wasn't much left. Yeah, I'm putting my head, he's got a Mustang up there. I told him I'd dust it off real quick.
There you go. Hey, nice meeting you.
Hey guys, it's VoiceOver Crispy here. Just jumping in because there's a ton of copyright music and YouTube seems to hate that. So wanted to say a real quick thanks to Rodney Lionheart, because that was the gentleman that was just speaking. He had touched every single nut and bolt in this car, and he afforded me the opportunity to get a little closer look at that amazing engine that they did all the custom work on. I mean, every single piece on that car had been touched. I particularly like the glass, but that might just be since I sell auto glass. I think it's pretty neat. I was pointing it out to my wife. They call this car Venom. Completely custom built 1973 Stingray. It actually was down at Legends Tour in Charlotte. This show was absolutely massive. I'm super glad we got there early because it got crazy fast. So many people. Particularly like the Silverado. That orange with white. Looks really good. Like this black Camaro. This part kind of stole the show from me a bit. Almost every single Batmobile.
You got the old school Batmobile. One from my childhood. The legit Batman. I am Batman. Yo.
Couldn't believe how many Batmobiles were actually in one place. Yeah, 5 generations of Gotham City. I didn't recognize that one at first, but I hadn't actually seen the recent Justice League movie with Ben Affleck as Batman. Not 100% sure how much I like him as a Batman, but either way, the car for it was really cool. It was a completely fabricated tubular frame and a fiberglass body. And I love that little Sparko seat. Thought it was neat. This Hudson here had like every Halloween decoration possible, including one of those giant skeletons. But it was really nice. The paint was really cool. That green color, it didn't come quite through in the camera. And then we found this Ford Galaxy with a drive-in speaker there. A lot of the older cars had like drive-in movie theater or like drive-in diner style decorations all over the car. So that was really neat. I also like when they put the models of the car up on the engine. Very neat. Sorry if I say neat a lot. Particularly like this one. This is the Michael Keaton Batmobile. Looks kind of purple in the camera, but it was actually just really black. And that's Michael Keaton one was actually signed by Michael Keaton. I don't quite catch it in the camera.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was my instinct too.
Oh, we'll have to come back over this way. We have to do that after. Oh man, full sense. Oh no.
If you see some of my videos, then you know why I was so excited about those Hot Wheels. But I'll be honest, I wasn't super happy with the people that were selling them. Kind of felt a bit like scalpers, so I decided not to spend my money with them. But on to a more positive note, these cars looked really, really cool. I don't know if they were just clear coated like that, or if they were just still working on them, because it seemed like it maybe was for a school. Either way, very, very cool. I also like this bug with the custom interior. Well, I guess not interior, but front and rear. And I don't know a ton about bikes, but this one was really cool. I used to watch a lot of Orange County Choppers, and it looks like something that maybe they would have made. I'm also a big fan of this Harley here. I don't know much about bikes, like I said, but the paint job on this one, the red and the black, it does it for me. And then this convertible top Chevy Impala. Seemed to be owned by a older couple. I didn't get a chance to speak to them, but they looked really sweet. And I think that they had worked on this car together, which is really neat. I hope that when me and my wife are older, that we can have a build like this that we work on together and take to shows. I think it would be really, really cool. And I would definitely make a little tiny model to put on the engine. I had to kind of double back, but wanted to see this. Yeah, it is. 29 Ford Roadster. Really like that green wheels with the black body. I thought that was really cool. Then the 88 Corvette with the salad shooters. Definitely something that my grandpa would enjoy. I liked it. And there weren't a ton of trucks actually at the show, but this was actually one of my favorites. Very old Ford truck. I'm not even certain what year. Quad cab, and it looked like every single piece on it was fresh from the factory. I mean, you look at that exhaust. Just mint. And you'll have to forgive me on these ones because I'm not super good at the European cars. But I believe this is a BMW M3. Really like that blue with the bronze wheels. This is a super cool combo. I don't know about the yellow headlights. It's not for me, but... And I believe that's an M5. Not super sure. I know it's got the Angry Birds nose. And then I'm pretty sure this is an Audi R8. But correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. We kind of moved on over to another section here. Don't know about that Mustang. You guys let me know down in the comments what you thought of that Mustang. But I definitely like this Nissan Z. Super cool classic car. Japanese icon. Not 100% sold on this Velociter, but hey, super custom, and it's a Velociter N, so she ain't short on power, that's for sure. If you've ever driven one of those in any kind of sim, they're pretty quick. I like them. Of course, got to get a Corvette in here, a brand new one. Then we found this old Ford racing car. What I found next, though, I was super excited about. And I think you're going to like it. The Buster. The Buster. Not a bad way to spend 10 grand, huh? I could go for days. I could go for days. That's right, the Eclipse from Fast and the Furious, the original. Now, I don't know if that was the one from the actual movie set, but it definitely had quite a bit done to it, too. It actually had a turbo as well. Moving forward here, we got the hearse. Just love that purple. And it was more prominent in real life, I think, than it's showing in the camera, unfortunately. I actually had a full casket in the back. And then what would a car show be without a Roadrunner? And this gorgeous, gorgeous green. Like, absolutely gorgeous. And perfectly restored. That interior looked amazing. 1971. The wheels, I mean, what I wouldn't give to have that in my garage. Same with this one here, though. This restored Charger RT. That, like, red color, absolutely gorgeous. Sorry if I start saying gorgeous a lot now, since we got some really beautiful cars. Love how the black is on the top there. Had to kind of do a double take there for that one. The 1970 Plymouth Cuda. One of those ever since I was a kid, but my dad said that I'd never have Mopar money. Little did he know I would end up owning a Challenger years later. I still don't think I have Mopar money, guys. But moving on, this is a full race built Camaro. And then a pretty nice Z28 Camaro. Never liked the interior on those ones, but that one was still mint. I mean, it was mint condition. Love this one here. They had like a little dog tied to it. I believe that was a Lincoln, but I could be wrong. May notice that same Corvette from before. That's the Supra that was beside it. Then we ran across this gorgeous Civic Si race car. This thing was fully built. Had a full race chassis. Roll cage, that is. Splitter, all of it, man. This thing was sick. It was a 2014. I definitely thought it was really neat. Definitely can't call this one rice. It was packing the heat. There you go. You can see the full roll cage. Fairly certain that's a sequential shifter, but could just be that it's all open like that. And that huge wang. We're also doing like a wrap demo. Look out for a future video on that. I'm actually going to do a bit of a deep dive on car wraps. Maybe give you guys a bit more of an informative video. This thing was really neat and nice. Marshall Field and Company. Super old car. A few more hot rods. Love the flames on this one. Definitely reminded me of something I might draw when I was a kid. As I mentioned before, some of them had like drive-in diner type aesthetic stuff on them, which is pretty cool. Try to keep with the period. I don't know if they were going for like a particular award, but it was pretty neat. And then Summit brought out this, I believe this is a Chevy Vega with just a ridiculous supercharger and blower on it. Couldn't believe this thing. They were not playing around with this thing. And that paint was amazing. There wasn't a single chip in it for something that could probably go, I don't know, 200 miles an hour. And then this thing here, although I know a lot of people don't like that pink, I love that pink. And then it had this like teal interior. I think you can see a little bit here in the video. Yeah, kind of showed the inside of there. Yeah, it was a custom 67 Beetle, but obviously ton done to it, and the interior was completely redone. Whole front end was redone. Love the like teal plaid with the pink. Gorgeous. It was actually an engine that Ivy Tech had out there. I thought it was pretty neat that they had some like actual schools out there, kind of automotive technical stuff that kind of help people get interested in, that might be interested into it, actually into the right school. So thought that was neat. This Willys with a ridiculous engine. Really cool flame paint job. I do like flame paint jobs for some reason. Always spoke to me. And this absolutely beautiful Willys Coupe gasser. That paint was so beautiful. It was like 9 layers of clear coat. I'm pretty sure you could see me in the camera in some of the angles. Unfortunately, that sound means we're out of time on this video. There's a ton more vehicles to come, so make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on part 2. And as always, this is Crispy Driver, and you have yourself a wonderful day.
Never thought I'd see one of these anywhere. But an actual Dodge Warlock. It's a power wagon with a bunch of special stuff put on it.
Hey guys, it's VoiceOver Crispy here, and I absolutely love this Dodge Power Wagon. And as you already know, I love those little cars on the engine. But we're back again here for part 2 of the World of Wheels Indianapolis. This show was absolutely amazing, and I'm sorry that it takes so long to show you all these cars, but there was literally hundreds. This one here, I absolutely love too. They had like an entire engine with a running fan on the back end of it. Really cool hot rod right there. I think, yeah, built out of well, I guess it would be a 21 Ford T-Bucket because it got built in 21. I'm also a big fan of this hot rod right here. Definitely like that green. And you can't go wrong with a 327 motor. You just can't.
It's parked illegally. Look at this puppy. You got a violation. Parked illegally.
Yeah, a lot of people had all those little dog statues, but that one I liked a lot because it was actually made out of like a gas tank, it looked like, and some pistons and stuff. So nice little homemade one. Gotta have a Bel Air. This gorgeous, gorgeous 67 Chevy Camaro. Love the wheels on that thing. That paint was immaculate. A 1963 Corvette. Absolutely mint. Split window Corvette right there. And here we have a 1950 Studebaker Champion. Can't say I'd ever seen something like that before, but I absolutely love those white wheels. Anything like that, keep it period correct. I just, that stuff is mint. Very much enjoy that. Here we got a quick Buick Skylark. Love that white with the black stripes. Very, very cool. And then on to a 69 Corvette. This one had been completely rebuilt. Started off life as Black Betty, and I think they just kind of kept that name. Show a little bit of their build right there. That thing had to be tore all the way down, frame and all. So every single piece on it had been touched, and it was a gorgeous, gorgeous Corvette for sure. And this right here, I love an F-150 Ranger. I've never seen one in real life, and to me, this is a Ranger, the real Ranger. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Big, big truck. So yeah, before they made the Ranger, they actually made an F-150 with a Ranger. I guess you would call it a submodel. There's a Willys Coupe with just an insane blower on it. And here we have a 1958 Chevrolet Del Rey. Don't see those too often anywhere. And this gorgeous blue 1965 Impala. I fell in love with that car. That blue is gorgeous. You lose yourself in it. Absolutely beautiful. And the chrome accents were absolutely perfect. Definitely picked the right wheels for it too. Then we got this, I don't know if you would call that a brown or a green. I believe that is a Z28 Camaro. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what all the badges are for, right? And then over to a 66 Chevy Nova. Do love a Nova. Love that square body look. And that's a gorgeous color on it too, that silver. And then this right here. Black with the red flames. 1978 Chevy Malibu. Grandpa actually, I believe his is a 78. Has a Chevy Malibu like that, and I mean his, I believe it's still primer gray, but it is a lot of fun to drive if you ever get a chance. And this gorgeous black 1964 Pontiac GTO. Very beautiful. With the red stripes on the wheels too. All the chrome on it still looks great. Everything been puffed, polished. And that's another beautiful thing right there. We move on to the 66 Chevy C10 truck. A little bit more of that diner action. I think that one's actually for sale for you too if you want it. And then a 1955 Chevy wagon, I believe. I'm not sure what the model is. Tell me down in the comments if you know what model this is. They had Paula sitting out there helping everybody out. She was amazing. Paula is best girl. And this beautiful 59 Chevy Corvette Custom. This one was powered by a LT4 Z06 engine. Good for about 650 horsepower with a Trimec Magnum 6-speed transmission. So I bet it would shit and get too. Moving on, though, we got this orange 1967 Camaro called Distraction, and you can see why. Those infinity taillights are insane. I couldn't imagine trying to follow this guy at night, but the rest of the car looked amazing too. I loved that interior and how they actually had the painted bits in the inside, and I like the brown leather with the orange too. Shaved doors, and they tucked the engine, everything, shaved and tucked everything in there. All black grill in the front. Just amazing. I really like that one. And then we got a quick Ford Model T here. Then a 1932 Ford Roadster. I especially like the red paint on that onto that like white ivory color. That's really, really nice. My wife had asked me what that piece on the side was. I had to explain it was part that goes on the side to cover the engine. Yanko style Z28 Camaro. Love this blue International Scout. I don't think I've seen many of these, and definitely not one sitting up sideways like this one. This here is a completely custom built drag car. This one actually does 510s in the 8th mile. Another YouTuber called Topwater Tony actually did an interview with the gentleman that I thought was really great. I'm going to link that down in the description below. I think you guys should really check that out. He had a great interview with the owner of that car, and it's really cool. Then we got a 1967 Firebird convertible. Really like that. Usually you see them with the white tops, but I like them with black tops. We got a Ford Coupe here with some extremely well done paint. Like, I can't stress it enough, and you probably can't even see it in the camera how good that paint actually is. It was amazing. We move on to what they're calling Ingenuity. It's a part Ford Model T, but basically it's a 2023 since everything on it elsewise has been made custom for it or comes off of a brand new assembly line. And the thing looked amazing. Love the paint. Love the little flame job on the sides. all the custom leather work. I didn't really catch that much in the camera. There's a lot of custom work on the leather interior there, all the chrome. Then this 64 C10, it is absolutely gorgeous. Probably, honestly, one of my favorites of the entire show. I know I shouldn't pick favorites in part 2, but this one right here, absolutely going to be a top 10 for sure. The paint was beautiful, and every little piece, just the detail level on it was amazing. We got this 32 Sports Roadster. Really wish they had taken the top down on it. I mean, I'd love to see how that convertible looked all the way off, but otherwise it looked really, really gorgeous. Liked it a lot. Now, this here I think is just a custom built vehicle, but maybe somebody in the comments can tell me more. But they call it the El Cameo, the truck that Chevy never built. So I don't know if there were plans to build this truck. They didn't really have any like signage or anything that explained much more other than just this little sign here stating that it's the model that Chevy never built, but we did. So I assume maybe they just really wanted them to make this truck and never did. But either way, an extremely cool truck. Love the paint on it. Not usually one for like a brown color, but that one looked really, really good. All right. Jokes aside, I don't mind a good Mustang, but man, there was quite a few Mustangs there, man. There was so many. And I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about Mustangs. Like, I know nothing about that one there. This one here had a cool sign. This one appeared to be a GT350H. Apparently, they only made 1,000 of these, and they were all rented out by Hearst. So you could rent them from Hearst back in the day. And apparently, this is one of the survivors. So that's really cool. Very rare Mustang. I didn't catch that one very well. This one here is a 1970 Mustang. And then we move into a 1967. I found interesting was what's actually beside it here is a Harley Davidson 1964 Tommy the Topper scooter, which I had never seen anything like that before. They had all kinds of artwork and stuff about it. Then we got the 1967 Mustang convertible. But moving a little fast, it's just because there's a lot of Mustangs to get through. And beside it here, we have Mistaken Identity. This thing looked like an absolute beast, man. Look at the friggin' tennis balls in that header setup. That thing is insane. And beside it, Ford's worst-selling Mustang, the Ford Mustang II, unfortunately. But we move right into a Fox Body SVO. I think this thing looked really cool. I love how he had the original rims and everything on it, too. A lot of people would have just swapped those out for something a little more flashy, but you gotta love a person sticking to the original in stock. We've got this Boss 302 Mustang. Love that orange paint color. I do like that. That's a fully built Mustang race car right there. Don't even know if that qualifies as a Mustang anymore. Into this red Shelby GT500. Had a buddy one time that had a V6 that he had up-badged it to be a Shelby Mustang, but it was a little V6. But at least his was I believe it was a 5-speed manual. We got the 57 Chevy Nomad back there, and then another Camaro Z28 into a Cheyenne truck. Always love the paint jobs on the Cheyennes. They look really good. And on this one here, I'm not 100% positive. I want to say it's another Chevy Nomad, but I could be wrong. Definitely set up like a hearse, which I really, really liked. This thing had a really nice motor down in it too. But I did not catch what it actually was. So if you know what this is, let me know down in the comments, because I'm definitely curious. Another Mustang there with actual race livery. To a green Mach 1 Mustang. I do know what a Mach 1 is. Very gorgeous paint on that one. Into a 1977 Dodge Charger. quite possibly the ugliest Charger I've ever seen, but I don't want to dog on it too much because that owner clearly put a lot of work into this car, and it looked, absolutely mint. It's just not the car for me. I'll be honest. I don't know about them round headlights. Yeah, 1977 Charger. Got this 1973 Ford Mustang. Again, we're not quite done with the Mustangs yet. Into a gorgeous Chevy 3100 truck. Really like the paint on that one. I think this white wall tires. Gotta love it. This 85 Corvette that looked absolutely mint. Really like the wheels on that one too. And then we got this pair of Shelby Cobras. I overheard someone saying that one of them was real, but let me know down in the comments if you think one is real. And this beautiful 71 Chevy Corvette. And then a daily driven Ford F-150 Ranger. Ford Ranger! This thing over here is spinning like a top, I believe, is a Chevy 3100 truck. I thought that paint looked mint, and I really liked how the interior looked. So original, but it was so clearly custom. It was very well done. Very well done truck. I can see why they put it on the top. And then we got this 1973 Plymouth Barracuda. That is really cool spinning deal. It didn't quite line up with my camera, so you can't really see it that well, but it actually showed it looked like it was racing, but it was little spinning LED lights, so it was pretty cool. Actual race driven. We got this beautiful Chevy Chevelle SS. That big block sitting down in there. Oh, gorgeous. Chevy block orange headers. Or, I'm sorry, valve covers. Valve covers. It's something you don't expect to see every day. A Honda Trail 70. I think it was dope. I love that little thing. And then another Chevelle SS there on the side of the black. They had the pair. We got another custom bike. You got this old Dodge Ram pickup truck. You can't dodge them, ram them. That's about what I was thinking when this person kept stopping in front of me and I was trying not to film them. And then another Camaro SS. Really like the paint on this one. The white with the red interior. Very slick. Had the red detail there in the front. And this last little lonely Mustang, I had to catch him. Nice convertible top.
What do you think? Do you think that truck's big enough? I don't know. I think we can go a little bigger. You know, the small child can't sit in the rim there, you know. Then what are we even doing? Are we even making a truck?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the giant trucks, so if you like them, you let me down in the comments why you would need something that big or rims that big on a truck. Then you get this Camaro, that LSX 454. Well, that sound means we're out of time for today, but if you stuck around this long, you are truly amazing, and I thank you. If you liked this video, please give it a like, and if you subscribe, just know that I truly appreciate it. And keep an eye out next week for part 3 of World of Wheels Indianapolis 2024. As always, this has been Crispy Driver, and you have yourself a wonderful day. Hey, it's VoiceOver Crispy here. Gonna jump in pretty early as soon as we entered this building, a lot of copyright music was being played, and as you can tell by the cars, a lot of it was pretty new music this time around. So we're back here with the World of Wheels Part 3. This building in particular I liked a lot. There was a lot of newer stuff and a lot of slam trucks, a lot of lit up cars, stuff that I probably would have thought was way cooler when I was younger. So I hope you guys like this. And if you like this video, please leave it a like. If you subscribe, just know that I truly appreciate it. And check out this Jimmy here. This thing was amazing. It was called Blueberry. And then this white one here, I believe was called, yeah, there it was, Cool Whip. I like the suicide doors on the Sonoma there. That was sick. So yeah, this building here, Definitely more like something you would see at like Slamology or something like that. Definitely more like lowered vehicles with large speakers. Slammed out Toyota there. Nice little toaster on wheels, a white one with some pretty cool wheels, but man, that thing was dragging the ground. And then this thing here, I believe it's a Chevy S10, but it's got every single hydraulic piece you could have. That bed was fully flexed up like that, and it could come back down. I think the wheels, of course, could hydraulic as well, which was pretty cool. Got the tail end of this Chevy truck you saw at the beginning. And we saw this Honda Civic here.
I don't think a single thing done to the engine. 2018 Civic Type R, aka an FK8. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that one's not looking so good. Don't know about that one. Do you see this?
Huh?
You see that?
No, but I think there's somebody in that car. I think they might be getting ready to do something.
She's taking pictures. Literally sitting on top of another truck. Huh. Yeah, there's another vehicle under there. Deep under there. That's wild.
So as I'm sure you can tell, there was a few moments there where there wasn't some music, and I could share my thoughts. So you guys let me know down in the comments what you guys think of that Honda Civic. I wasn't particularly impressed. These Scions, though, I thought these were pretty cool. They had like little Hot Wheels cards that they had made that were custom for their cars. Nice Chevy truck. Now this thing was a gem.
40SX in a halfway decent condition. Holy crap. It's not all tore up. It ain't beat to hell. It's still got some turbos. RB20 DET. That's nice.
Then we got this nice slammed out truck here. Love the wheels on it. This next one here, I'm not so certain on either. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you guys think.
This one isn't as bad, but shoot. I don't know about all this. I do like the leather interior.
Costly obsession. I would bet.
Yeah. Stocker, come on now.
I'm gonna start calling you my costly obsession.
She knew what she was getting into. Anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about getting to meet Noel G, the actor who plays Hector in Fast and Furious, Training Day, Walking Dead, many, many, many more TV shows and movies. It was actually really, really cool. I've not met many celebrities. I've never really gone to an event where you could actually meet one. So it was really neat. Stood in line for a little bit and walked up. He was super, super nice, and I really appreciated that. I talked to him a little bit about how he got me kind of started in Hondas back in the day, seeing his Honda EG hatchback, and showed him the one that I actually had since I was a little kid, and got him to sign a Honda Hot Wheel for me, and a picture of him and Paul Walker, which I thought was really cool. Overall, it was a really wholesome interaction. The picture of us together is actually the thumbnail. And if you ever get a chance to meet him, I highly suggest it. Noel's a really, really chill dude and an extremely humble guy. But back to the cars, we got a Cadillac CTS here. This one appeared to be a, I guess you would call it a memorial car for somebody that had passed. Definitely had lots and lots of lights and really crazy speakers. And I do believe it was on air valve. This was another memorial car for somebody that had passed from carbon monoxide. That's definitely something to be worried about, guys. If you don't have a carbon monoxide tester in your home, definitely get one, because it's super important. Onto this Civic here. I love this little Civic. The Godzilla's on the side window there, all staged up. That's pretty dope. Not a big Godzilla guy, but I think it's pretty cool. Got a buddy that loves Godzilla. He's probably seen every single Godzilla movie there is, so he'll probably like this one. We got a Hyundai Velociter in. Got the suicide doors. Paint splatter. Definitely reminds me of like the early 2000s. Crazy to see that kind of style car on a brand new car. We got a Monte Carlo here on some ridiculously big wheels. The 454 engine too. This is absolutely nuts. Love that blue though. This is the other, I can never remember what those cars are called. I believe they're a Polaris. Yeah, Slinger. There it goes, right on the top. The paint on this thing was sick. Love the interior on it too. The fully done up interior, all painted. Had like skulls and stuff in it. Yeah, you can see pretty good there. Very, very cool. Sitting all the way on the ground. This one here, sitting center stage. I don't think any part of that thing was in the air. All of it was on the ground. That blue is gorgeous. I'm a bit of a sucker for some suicide doors, but I don't understand why they just did it on one side. And this thing here, they did like a little sound test with it. Absolutely insane. I don't know if you know anything about, speakers. That's on his second alternator he's running just to power the amps and so forth in the back. Look at this thing. Absolutely nuts. I'd play a little bit of what it sounded like, but I would definitely get copyright strikes. So they had this little Mario Kart trike bike. I never could get a good shot of it. I'm so sorry, guys. I never did get a shot where you could actually see it. And this bike here, this Harley Davidson. I don't know much about bikes, like as I've said before, but that one was sick. I believe this is a Chevy Nova. Love the orange engine with that blue on the outside, just and the black wheels sets that thing right off. And that was about it for that building. Then we moved into this little kind of like hallway area. Got to see this really cool drag car. I'm not sure if this is made by the same guy that has that other drag car with the crazy paint on it, but the paint on this one is just as nuts. It had tons and tons of different colors. Very, very cool. This 1952. I'm not 100% certain what this is, so let me know down in the comments if you know. Then a 32 Ford sedan. There's a lot more older cars in this hallway. I would say a lot more like antique. Or there are a few. Like this one here, I would say weren't quite antique. Love that baby blue on that with the white roof. At this point, I was getting a little tired, so I wasn't naming all the cars out loud. So if I'm getting any of these names wrong, definitely let me know down in the comments. Got old Black Betty here. I believe that's a Ford sedan. I guess that would be a coupe. And this gorgeous red beauty right here. It's Plymouth. Suicide doors on all of them. That's probably the stock option back then. Love the wheels on it too. Very slick. We got this Bel Air wagon. Do know what this is. Love the two-tone on it. Very, very cool. Well restored. Looked like everything on it was brand new. Now, I wasn't sure what this thing was, but it had a very funny looking front end. I believe it's a Ford pickup, but I couldn't tell you for certain. And again, another case of I didn't say it out loud, so I don't know exactly what this is. So let me know down in the comments if you know what this is. This thing is insane. Very, very cool. Very old Ford. This one was towing a 1935 Henry Ford Special. It was an actual race car. And he'd raced it as recently as 2023. That's a picture of him doing, or sorry, 2020. That was a picture of him doing it. And it had a couple flyers where he was going to be racing it next. This Chevy 3100 truck. I love that blue. I just don't know why they did the two-tone on the fender arcs. And I had to check it, and it definitely had a wood bed. And that thing, that's a must-have. This thing here, the purple on it, was so pretty. And I loved all the details in the engine as well. I mean, it was just candy paint. And that white just set off all the white interior and the white roof, set that all off. And I didn't even notice until I went back on the recording, but even the vent glass has a rose etched into it. Those are the kind of details I love.
Man wagon right, yeah. Apparently this one wasn't Mustang enough for the Mustang Club. Got the Cobra 2 engine.
I really think I'm funny sometimes. Well, if you watch my channel, you know that's the end of the video. If you like this one, definitely leave it a like. Let me know down in the comments what car was your favorite, or if you know any of these cars that I didn't actually name out. And if you've ever met Hector, let me know down in the comments what your experience was like, or any celebrity. But as always, this has been Crispy Driver, and you have yourself a wonderful day. Hello and welcome back to the Crispy Driver channel. This is VoiceOver Crispy jumping in early because there are so many people that basically all the sound is just movement. So wanted to jump in a little early here and give a little thanks to everybody that's watched all these videos through from part 1. This is the final part of the O'Reilly's World of Wheels series. And there is a absolute ton of vehicles to show you in this last building. It was stuffed full. There are a lot of people, so if you see a lot of cuts, that's why. There's just so many people. I was trying not to include as them in the video. So we're starting off here with this blue tow-hooked Bel Air. I thought this was awesome, little gasser. We'll move right into a 1955 Chevy two-ton wagon. I'd seen many of these, and that one looked really cool. I like the white on it. It was like a pearl white. Very, very, very good looking. We'll move on to this. I believe it's a Chevy Coupe, but if I'm wrong, tell me down in the comments. Roast me. Roast me if I'm wrong. Regardless of what it is, the paint on it was absolutely gorgeous. Very good looking. Love the white walls. And in this one here, I didn't quite catch what it was. I want to say it's a Chevy Bel Air, but let me know down in the comments if you know what it is. Again, love those white wheels and the red paint. A lot darker than the other one, but. And here we got a 34 Ford Coupe. Custom built hot rod. Love how this one's set up. It looks great. And I bet it's quick too. Just can't go wrong with that gloss black with the chrome accents and the, obviously super chrome engine. Here we got a 1952 Chevy 3100 truck. Especially like the little pinstriping details on that one. Into a 64 Chevy Impala wagon. Definitely haven't seen too many of these wagons for sure. Especially on those type of wheels. I love those wheels. Had to get a shot of the engine there. Not sure what this one was, but I loved how low it was to the ground. And the fender arch is completely covering the rear wheels. They called it Crimson Ghost. But again, I didn't catch, the actual year, make, and model on that one. If anybody knows, though, feel free to let me know down in the comments. I do know what this is, though. This is a 1923 Ford T-Bucket. Of course, custom built. I think it was awesome. And then this Monster Willie's truck right here. A monster it was. I bet this thing could go all the way off the road. It ain't no mall crawler, that's for sure. They actually had a few of these out here. I believe what this is a vehicle they use for like a style of racing where they put a bunch of firefighters in the back end of that. They launch forward. I don't know exactly the distance, but then they have to stop, and the guys jump off the back with the hose. It's kind of like a quick fire drill type deal. I know several fire departments do it. Got a quick shot of that little pink Bel Air. And they had this little kids toy out here. But this was another one of those trucks that does those types of competitions where, like I said, it's kind of like a mix between drag racing, drag stopping, and a little bit of firefighter as well. We got a 1929 Ford Model A. Not sure about the paint there, if that's like period correct, but it still looks really good. I like the orange with the purple. I thought it looked really neat. We got here what I believe is it. I'm not going to say it because I'm not sure. I don't want to be wrong. But it definitely looks really cool. I believe it's a Chevy Impala, but I could be wrong. Could be really wrong. But it ran a 7.65 in a quarter mile, so it's quick. I think it's very quick. And the green on this thing. This is amazing. It's a 1923 Ford T-Bucket. The green on it is just amazing. Got that like sparkle in there. And that with the white accents on the inside and the white wheels. Look really good. Definitely stood out amongst all these other cars. And of course this thing stuck out real big. A 1968 Cadillac hearse. Obviously it has been modified to some degree. If you don't see that giant supercharger. Gotta love those headers coming straight up. Looks like something out of a cartoon. It had some TVs and stuff in the back, that like purple flames going. Big old Wang looking flares in the back there. Very, very cool though. Then we got here a 1955 Plymouth Plaza Gasser. This one's actually Hemi powered. Got to get in there and get a good look at it. Hemi power, buddy. Love that blue paint too. Real good looking baby blue. Here we got a 1954 Ford Victoria. This one appeared to have quite the menagerie of drivetrain. I think it's had a Ford engine, but a Chevy transmission, quite a few different things. So, but it was really neat. And then they moving into a salmon Buick Skylark. Kind of like an off pink color. Very cool though. Very cool. That white top really set off that pink color. Watch out, boys. Now we got a student driver. In this 1937 International truck. I would hope that somebody would know how to drive this thing. Because it definitely had some horsepower. Wouldn't put a student driver in it, in other words. And here is a 1964 Oldsmobile Jetstar 88. Can't say I've ever seen one of these in real life, but it was pretty cool to see. You see a lot of inspiration from other cars on it, but obviously it's kind of like a Ute, and then it had that black sparkle roof, which looked really cool. Quick 32 Roadster. We got a 1966 Pontiac GTO. At this point, it was getting so packed in here. I'm not sure how many people actually made it out to this show, but I'd say it had to have been thousands, because it was just literally crowds of people. A lot of times I was having to wait a couple minutes to get a shot of these cars, just because of how many actual people showed up. But the event was amazing. And if you always ever get a chance to go to a local World of Wheels, or even the World of Wheels in Indianapolis, I highly suggest it. But back to the cars. We've got a Mustang Mach 1. And then this here, 1965 Ford Econoline. Love that little cooler, I think is what that was. But this Econoline, it's all set up for like RVing. You can take about anywhere. Little bench in the front so you could eat food on the go. Really neat. Of course, they had to have a pail logger shifter. Thought that was pretty neat too. Has a whole retractable awning. This one here, I wasn't quite sure why this one got brought, and you'll see why in a second. It's a 1929 Ford, but it's missing a little something. Something I'd probably want to have. It's missing the whole floor. Like the whole interior. Check this thing out, boys. Here's the dream. Not that. This. Right here. The 1976 Bandit style Pontiac Trans Am. Even has his hat down in there. Love Smokey and the Bandit. It's one of my favorite movies from when I was a kid. Probably burnt those tapes up when I was younger. Smokey and the Bandit. Definitely a movie series. If you like cars, you like some action movies, definitely check out Smokey and the Bandit. Moving right along, though. I believe this here is a 1962 Pontiac Catalina convertible. Ain't nothing like Catalina. The Chevy 3100 truck. Another Chevy 3100 truck. This one all the way slammed to the ground. I love the red paint on it. I didn't like the wooden bed on it. It was like they painted the bed instead of just leaving it like a regular wood color or just staining it. But maybe I'm wrong there. It looks painted to me. We got a 1949 Hudson Commodore. It's not a Hudson Hornet. It's a Commodore. Pretty cool, though. A 1965 Ford Mustang. This one was a high school car. The guy had it since he was in high school. True survivor. Moving right on, we got a 1977 Chevy sedan. I think it's pretty neat. Like the panda on the front. I don't know why there's a panda on the front or what that has to do with the car, but I'm sure it has some special deep meaning to them. And we got a 1934 Ford Model A. A lot of cool red cars in this building. Definitely appreciated all the paint work that went into these cars. I believe this is another Chevy 3100 truck. Into a 1965 Ford Galaxy. Real cool. This here is a 1950 Plymouth Special Deluxe. Don't know much about these, but that teal paint with the white roof, gorgeous. Yeah, I had to zoom in on that paint. I wanted to make sure you guys seen it. Right here we got a 66 Ford Fairlane. This one would be a 2-door. Love that. Fairlane just has a really special look to it that I like. And that green was really nice. This one here, I didn't know exactly what it was. I had to look into it a little bit myself. It's a 1980 Dodge Murata. Yeah, go a little closer there so you can see it. It's pretty neat, though. Definitely something unique I've never seen. There's another 2-door Ford Fairlane. Really nice red paint. Like I said, just tons of red cars through here. Some of these like teal or like seafoam cars. Love that. I believe this is a 64 Plymouth Valiant. The color on it was just gorgeous, though. Very gorgeous. And here we got a 1963 Datsun 320 truck. Datsun, of course, is what Nissan was called back in the day. Look how tiny this little thing is. I almost thought it was a Subaru Brat when I come up, but I realized I had more of like a truck bed. A truck bed. And looked a little closer. It's a 1963 Datsun 320. And we got a AMX, probably the only one I saw at the show. To another Ford Fairlane, a 1969. I like the wheels on that one. Real neat. They really set off the rest of the car. Now this thing here was badass. This thing was called Bad Company. It's a 1955 Chevy sedan, obviously built to the nines. Insane build. And all I could think was, man, it's got to be a bitch to clean that white paint after track racing. But it looked amazing. It was show car quality good right there. Just look at the size of the tires on the back of that thing. Insane. And here we have a 1970 Chevy Corvette. Amazing little piece. Love that orange. Looked amazing. And a 1965 Mercury Comet. Definitely not a common sight today. We got another Chevy 210 wagon. Believe it or not, there was multiple of those there. Right on into this black Bel Air, and I love the roof on this thing. It had like metal flake in the red. Yeah, shows a little better right there. Looked really good with the black and all the black pinstriping, or I'm sorry, red pinstriping. Really made those chrome accents pop. And here got a 1965 Bel Air in blue and white. And this is the kind of stuff I came to see. Super custom built 1929 Ford Model A. This thing was amazing. The blue on it was really cool too. It was so dark. Had to get the shot of the interior there. And I believe this is a Chevy Bel Air Custom. But I could be wrong there. Move into a 1961 Olds Holiday 88. Gorgeous gold paint. Gorgeous. And we got a Chevy Corvette. Very nice. To a 1933 Chevy 5-window. And if you notice something funny about that motor there, it's because it's got a 392 Hemi in it. And they're not trying to be secretive about it. Put it right there on the back for you to see. Insane. I bet that thing would get up and go. We got a 1967 Ford Mustang GT. Blue with the black racing stripes. Very nicely restored motor in there. And we got a Ford Thunderbird. Not a ton of those at the show. Unfortunately, that sound means we've reached the end of the episode and therefore the end of my 4-part series covering every vehicle at the World of Wheels Indianapolis 2024. If you like this video, please give me a like. If you subscribe, just know that I appreciate it. And comment down below which was your favorite car from the entire show. But until next time, this has been Crispy Driver, and have yourself a wonderful day.